All right, you're tuned into another episode of the Age of Distraction. My name is Ronald David Wallace. Thank you very much for tuning in. We know there's way too many options out there for everybody. Way too many places to get information, way too many places to get entertainment. So if you stop by for even a second, we appreciate it because we know that it's a deep, dark abyss of media and information and all that kind of stuff to digest, and we want to be a part of your media diet just a little bit. All right, we don't want to be we don't want to be all of your diet. We want, much like your regular diet, we want you to get a balanced diet of many different things, many different points of view, many different everything. All right. I think that's a big problem with, and it's always been a big problem with media, I think, is that there's too many people out there that are preaching to the fucking choir, right? There's too many people out there that are simply finding their core, most rabid audience, people that agree with them 110%. And they're preaching to those people. And content creators are garnering a sick group of ill-informed, sycophantic assholes. That's exactly what's happening. So we want you to get a little bit of conservative media. We want you to get a little bit of liberal media. We want you to get a little bit of it all. All right? All of it. The whole spectrum. We don't want you to just listen to rap music. We want you to listen to rap. We want you to listen to rock. We want you to listen to electronic music, house, trance, drum and bass, even dubstep if you like. Okay? We'll allow you to listen to dubstep. Just for the sake of for the sake of variety. So, I know I'm a little bit late on this particular topic. Well, frankly, I can't help myself. So, Kanye West. Kanye West has taken over the imagination of the world. By speaking his truths and speaking his opinions about how substantial of a hold, how much of a monopoly that Jewish people have in entertainment. Frankly, anybody that believes or had prior believed that was some sort of insane take is insane themselves. Okay. Now, I'm not saying that it's inherently bad that Jewish people have this monopoly over, entertainment. So I'm saying it's insane to believe for a second that it does not exist. It exists. If you look at CEOs from major Fortune 500 companies, you're going to find that a large majority of them are Jewish. Is that wrong? No. Is it wrong to point out? Well, in the eyes of some people, yes, it's difficult to hear and it's hard to point out. But let me offer this a little bit here. So, when you talk about race relations in modern time, when you talk about these things, when you talk about inclusion and diversity, the Jewish culture is not diverse and inclusive. You must understand this. I dated a Jewish woman. A lot of my heroes are Jews. They are the chosen people of God. You are not allowed in that group. Me, I am a brown skinned man. I am not allowed in that group. You can, uh, uh, um, mm, you can, you can convert to Judaism, right? I mean, there's a classic joke. It's like you go to a cathedral, and you tell the Pope you want to be Jewish, and he says welcome. You go to a temple, you tell the rabbi you want to become Jewish, he says bye. And there's some truth to that. I actually had a couple of friends who tried to convert to Judaism. The particular place that they went told them no 3 times. And apparently this is standard practice. They tell you no 3 times. And then you got to learn how to read the Torah. You got to have an adult bris, which a bris is a circumcision. It is a standard practice that Jewish babies are circumcised, and this ritual is carried out by a man called a moil, and the actual ritual of the circumcision is called a bris. This is not conspiracy theory. This is not weird X-Files. This is true Jewish ritual. This is true Hebrew rituals. Okay, so let's talk about Hebrew language, or Yiddish. So I know a few of these words, right? I just want to point out the ones that indicate that Jewish people are not very inclusive. Okay, a shiksa. I don't know how to spell it, but the word shiksa means a woman who marries a Gentile woman, a non-Jewish woman who marries a Jewish man. Okay. 2, I know what you're thinking. What about a Jewish man, or excuse me, a Gentile man who marries a Jewish woman? Okay, even better. The word for that is a yuck. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. If you are a Gentile man, meaning a non-Jew, goy, and you marry a member of the tribe, then you are a yuck. You're a yuck. Meaning yucky, nasty, disgusting, freaking Gentile, non-Jewish, disgusting person. Okay. These aren't conspiracy theories. This is true. This is the truth. It's the truth. The fact that, and honestly, I've always felt like the word goy, meaning non-Jew, goyim, meaning non-Jew, that's a bit of a racist thing. It's an exclusionary thing. They are the chosen people. You are a yuck. You are goyim. You are goy. You're a Gentile. These are words and beliefs that, by their very nature, are exclusionary to everyone else other than people who are born of a Jewish mother. I don't want to hear people say, it kills me when people say half Jewish. Because I'm sorry to tell you, there's no such thing. If your mother was Jewish, you are Jewish. End of story. If your mother was not Jewish, if your father was Jewish, that does not make you a Jew. Your mother has to be Jewish. This is because they care so deeply about their genetics. Their genetic, it is covenant. It is precious. It is sacrosanct. Your mother has to be Jewish for you to be considered Jewish. If your father's Jewish and your mother's not Jewish, you're not Jewish. You're not Jewish. You can be religiously Jewish, but you're not ethnically Jewish. That is, by definition, exclusionary. And I understand I understand why Jewish people are so triggered by these opinions, because they have a history of being vilified, of being pointed out as evil, being tortured, killed, maimed. All sorts of terrible things have happened over the course of history to Jews. We know this. But why is it that black people have the same thing? Irish people have the same thing. All sorts of the Aborigines have the same thing. Native Americans from the North American region have the same thing. Mexicans have the same thing. California, stolen from them. Texas, stolen from them. Why is it that Jews are the ones that really, really get up in arms when anything is said that can remotely be called anti-Semitism? Let's talk about what goes on in Israel. In Israel, if you don't have a certain license plate on your car, you're not allowed to drive down certain roads. You're not allowed to do certain things. Israel is an ethno-state. Make no mistake, there is apartheid going on in Israel against Palestinians. And it's been going on since the beginning of Israel, and it's going to continue to go on. And we're going to continue to support it as Americans because most of us are Christian. And we don't know enough about that conflict, and so therefore our ignorance allows us to blindly support Israel when maybe that's not the right stance. So, everybody's talking about Kanye. We gotta first understand and remember why we care about what Kanye West says in the first place. It's the music. It's the music. I repeat, the music is the reason we care about Kanye West. It's the music. Nothing else. It's not his great, insightful political takes. It's not his great, insightful takes on race, on religion, on any of these other things. Kanye West is only qualified to make music, to make great music, and to be a designer. That's it. I don't know who this guy is that thinks that everything that he should say should go down in the history books. I don't know where that guy came from. The guy cannot communicate to save his life. He's a smart, brilliant dude, but when he yammers, he's got 1,000 thoughts a minute, and he doesn't understand that he can only say one or two things at a time. And he tries, and he goes from this thing, and he's going to draw a dinosaur bone, and he's going to draw the whole dinosaur. But he's Walt Disney, and black people, and they didn't have it. They didn't have their knee on his neck like that. But just all these scatterbrained, insane takes. Insane. Make some music. Make some music. Who really believes that Kanye West stands a chance at winning a presidential election? How? I mean, my point here is what Kanye West said doesn't deserve the type of vitriolic hatred. It doesn't warrant the guy losing all his endorsements. It doesn't warrant the guy losing a single red cent. I know these are private companies that make these decisions, and I know that they're constantly looking at Twitter and they're constantly taking the temperature of woke America constantly, and then that's how they're deciding who they cancel and who they don't. It doesn't make much sense. Like, I that's why I really like platforms like Rumble and Locals, and there's a few different, Cozy. These are platforms that are doing a very brave thing. Gab, Parler, they're opening the doors to people who have been banned everywhere else, who the doors have been shut in their face everywhere else for saying some things that are just so benign, so non-offensive, and so just, yes, maybe ignorant, maybe tasteless, maybe heartless, even, maybe cruel, even. But these things aren't things that people should be getting canceled for, or getting thrown off of platforms for. It's ridiculous. I think what we're trying to do is we're trying to correct the wrongs of yesterday by condemning the people of today. And because men have run the world in a way that has created an evil sort of patriarchal type structure, and because these things have happened to black people, and these things have happened to Jewish people, and these things over the course of history have happened to Irish people, we believe that we can somehow correct those historical moments, those historical mistakes, by condemning people here in the future or in the present. And it doesn't make any sense. It doesn't. And you can cancel 1 million people. Slavery will have happened. The Holocaust will have happened. Europeans still will have came to this country and taken it by force by Native Americans. These things happened. But we don't really know. Well, we know what's going to fix this problem. But it's something that we don't want to do. Because the fact of the matter is, minorities need money. Minorities need money. Money is power. Minorities need land, money, property. But we're not just gonna give that to them. So what are we gonna do instead? We're gonna grandstand, and we're gonna gesture, and we're gonna virtue signal, and we're gonna take down a few statues, and we're gonna take down more statues, and we're gonna remove people's name from the history books, and we're gonna vilify actors and musicians of old, and we're gonna cancel people for saying things. And what does it at the end of the day work out to? Nothing. Nothing's changed. Minorities are still stuck in the same place they've always been. It's not going to change anything. If anything, all it's doing is creating more hatred. It's creating people who feel so vilified that they're going to run and join neo-Nazi ideologies, and of course these things are going to flourish when you have an environment where people are being treated this way. How is that inclusive? So we're forgetting the reason we care at all about what Kanye West thinks. We care because them slaps and them bops are too good. Them slaps and them bops be hitting. That's the only reason we care about Kanye West. That's the only reason we care about what he has to say. But people have now completely forgotten about them slaps and about them bops. And I declare, we gotta fucking remember exactly why we care about what this man has to say. And that's why them bops and them slaps are too good.